There are villains who want power, others want to destroy the world. But Orochimaru wanted something far more unsettling. He wanted to understand everything, every jutsu, every secret of the human body, every limit of life. And to achieve that goal, he decided to break every rule of human morality. Because to Orochimaru, ethics are nothing more than a barrier to knowledge, the origin of his philosophy. Before becoming one of the most feared criminals in the ninja world, Orochimaru was considered a prodigy, a student of the Third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, a teammate of two legends, Jiraiya and Tsunade. The three of them would later be known as the legendary Sannin. But even as a child, there was something strange about him. While other ninjas dreamed of protecting the village, Orochimaru observed the world with a disturbing question. Why are humans so weak? The trauma that changed his mind. Orochimaru lost his parents when he was still a child. Death came too early, too unfairly. One day in front of his parents' grave, he found the shed skin of a white snake. His teacher told him it symbolized rebirth, but to Orochimaru, it meant something entirely different. He did not think about destiny, he thought about how to escape it. That was the moment his mind changed forever, because Orochimaru reached a dangerous conclusion. Death is the greatest enemy of knowledge, the idea that led him into darkness. Orochimaru believed that humans have infinite potential, but he also believed something else. That potential is never truly reached. Why? Because life is too short. When a ninja finally begins to understand the world, they are already growing old. When they master their power, they are already close to death. To Orochimaru, that was a tragedy, but it was also a challenge. If life was too short, then it had to be extended, or better yet, its limits had to be completely broken. The birth of a scientific monster. That was when his true philosophy began. To Orochimaru, the human body is not sacred. It is an experiment, a vessel, something that can be improved, replaced, and modified. And if lives had to be sacrificed to achieve that goal, then to him it was simply the price of progress. That is how his experiments were born. Cloning, genetic manipulation, organ transplants, and forbidden techniques. All with one objective, to create the perfect body. Knowledge above morality. This is where Orochimaru's philosophy becomes truly disturbing, because he never saw himself as a villain. He saw himself as a scientist ahead of his time. While the rest of the ninja world lived under moral rules, he believed those rules only existed to keep humanity weak. In his mind, progress has always required sacrifices, and he was willing to pay that price, not out of hatred, not out of revenge, but for something far colder: curiosity, the desire to know everything. Orochimaru had one final obsession: to learn every jutsu that exists, every technique, every secret of chakra, every ability in the ninja world. But there was a problem. One single lifetime is not enough to learn everything. That is why he developed a forbidden technique, one that allows him to abandon his body and take a new one again and again. In this way, he could continue learning century after century. His ultimate goal: many believe Orochimaru only wanted power, but that is not entirely true. Power was only a means to an end. His real objective was evolution, to become something beyond human, a being capable of accumulating centuries of knowledge, a being that watches the world change while he remains alive, learning, experimenting, and evolving. Final, high-impact ending. And this is where Orochimaru's story becomes truly unsettling, because in the end, many of his theories actually worked. He managed to extend his life. He created new techniques. He challenged death itself. That means his philosophy, as monstrous as it may be, was not entirely wrong. And maybe that is why Orochimaru remains one of the most disturbing characters in Naruto. Because while other villains want to destroy the world, Orochimaru wants something far more dangerous: to understand everything.